I know I said it was week 15 maybe 2 weeks ago, but you know what? We're actually at 15, and we've been writing the Book of Hope together for 2021. So I want to know, how's it going for you? Leave what's giving you reasons to hope in the comments today. You can always tag us at Root and Vine News throughout the week, hashtag reasons to hope. It's so good to see you back again this week. This week, I've been thinking a lot about the body, and since the weather's getting nicer, I've been feeling like, I want to get outside and move. Of course, it's raining today, and now I'm wondering about this challenge that I've given myself, which is to start moving every single day and taking note of how my gratitude practice might be informing my body and my movement, whether gratitude can actually have an impact on the physical body, and whether moving can make us feel more grateful, more hopeful. So you can check out my thoughts on that at rootandvinenews.com. But I'm really excited today to introduce you to someone who has a really cool gratitude practice of her own. She is living in Florida. She is a self-described mom on a mission. She is the head of she's a Florida chair of the United Methodist Creation Care Task Force. And I am so excited to invite to our Reasons to Hope Live, Ms. Cara Fleischer. And as she's joining, I'm just going to say hey to everyone. Tracy, Cara. Hello, welcome.
Hi, good to see you.
You as well. How's it going down in sunny Florida?
Oh my gosh, we are having an absolutely gorgeous day. Spring here is amazing. It rained all weekend, so it actually is when I like to garden in the rain, but now everything I planted is so happy, and so yeah, it's just beautiful.
Yes. It rained in Florida, and then is it going to move into summer and a drier season soon, or is it always just humid and balmy and wonderful?
You know, spring and fall, we get some really pretty crisp days, and in the winter a little bit, but summer is pretty much humid all the time.
Amazing. So I guess that could work in that you don't have to water the plants as often. I don't know. I'm new to gardening.
Yeah. No, we still need to water, especially if we have some times of drought, but it really is a great place to grow because you can grow things year round. Like the winter garden is the best garden because there's not as many bugs. I've gotten into gardening because we have a church garden, and I work in some community gardens that, we grow food for people in the neighborhoods and for the food bank. So it's become just like a passion of mine. I have sprouts that I've been growing from seeds since January in my bedroom. My whole bedroom looks like a greenhouse because I'm kind of just like obsessed. It's so much fun.
Well, your air quality in your bedroom must be incredible.
That's what I say. Yes, that's what I say.
So I know it's like a longer, bigger, huger story that we've gotten to talk about on rootandvinenews.com. Your story of how you moved from Atlanta to St. Pete to Tallahassee, and kind of the calling that you discovered in the process of that. Do you have like a 60-second version you would like to share with us?
Sure. Yeah. Well, God really put it on my heart to do this work in environmental justice. And I was just a mom who cared about my kids, and, they got asthma. And so my daughter's doctor told us to leave Atlanta because of the smog. We moved to St. Pete. We got hit with 4 hurricanes in one summer and said, well, that's not safe because we live next to the bay. And so then we came back to Tallahassee, which is where I grew up. And turns out that controlled burning here of forests is huge. And so we still were dealing with smoke and pollution issues. So, God wouldn't let me run away from it. And so at that point, I decided to be a full-time pro bono environmental advocate and use my communications and PR background to try to make a difference and raise awareness and, especially with air quality and kids and health.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And in the process of all of that work, which is got to be incredibly time consuming and at times exhausting, are you finding any sort of restoration when you're out in nature and you're able to connect with God? How are you finding a sense of awe and wonder in the process of all of that work?
Oh my gosh. Well, when I discovered Creation Care, it wasn't until a couple years after I was doing this. I was at church and I said, gosh, I wonder what our carbon footprint is here. And our pastor said, oh, you mean Creation Care? And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I like the sound of it. So I jumped right into Creation Care, and that's where my values and my faith come together. And it has been what heals me and what drives me and what gives me strength when things feel really hard, is my faith and my love for God's creation. So my happy place is being outside, especially at sunset. We live on a little lake here. And so that's when I try to be outside and just pray and commune and just restore, because you're right, this work isn't always easy, but I tell you, it's so inspiring to see all the changes just in the 5 years that I've been doing it. And here in Florida, our mission is to start new Creation Care ministries at churches, because we see that when a church has a Creation Care ministry, the whole life of the church is seen through the prism of Creation Care. And so that's really my calling and our team's calling here in Florida, is to help start new ministries. And I'm happy to say I have 2 right here in Tallahassee that are starting up this month. So it feels like a lot of the hard work that we've been putting in is paying off, and people are really gravitating towards it.
That's amazing. We talked a little bit earlier, and I was asking you about your gratitude practice and whether you have, a gratitude journal or what you might be doing. Could you share with us what you told me?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have a journal. I used to do that. I love that. But, right now I've just really simplified it down to the dinner table. So during our evening prayer before our dinner, we go around the table with my family and we just say what we're grateful for that day. And it's been a really nice practice for the kids to think about something. And, it's not just kind of a rote prayer, but it's actually thinking about what they're grateful for and sharing that with the family. So that's what we're doing for gratitude right now. And it's nice because we can circle back with them and be like, so, that's cool that happened. Or, sometimes it's things we're not even aware of that they're grateful for.
I love that. It seems like such a natural way to connect with your kids and also establish a sort of pattern of thinking for the whole family. That's so beautiful. I wanted to ask you also, kind of coming off of that, what's giving you reasons to hope these days?
Oh my gosh. Well, spring and Easter and renewal. I mean, I needed that, kind of coming out of the darkness. And, I would say just the explosion of plants, and my seeds are all grown up. And so I've been taking them to community gardens. I dropped off about 20 tomato plants at one garden and then another at another garden. And just to see the volunteers in these community gardens who are growing food for their neighbors, they'll pick it and they'll put it in bags and just hang it on the fence. And people are just coming by and grabbing the bags. It's just beautiful. And so just being part of that community, being part of this bigger community, this Creation Care community, I see it growing, and it fills my heart. And I really just am so thankful that I get to do this work. It's the best.
It is the best. Cara Fleischer, thank you so much for joining us today for Reasons to Hope. Everyone, thank you all for being here. It means so much to us to get to see you every Monday. You can go to rootandvinenews.com to read more about Cara and her ministry in Florida. You can also read my reflections on embodying hope this week, and join me in my challenge to myself to move every day, to get outside in nature every single day this week and see how it impacts the way I'm experiencing hope and gratitude as we write the book of hope together. Remember, you can share your reasons to hope at any time on socials, #reasons to hope at Root and Vine News. Thank you all so much and have a beautiful week. Thank you, Cara.
Thank you.
Bye.